It is about 6 in the morning and we're gonna be going to the AMG meet with Ed here. Getting the car ready. Got birds chirping, bikers biking.
Boxy biking.
CE is cleaned up. We had the meet and greet yesterday at the last detail, and the guys that curated Fuel Fed and a bunch of other sponsors were there. All the guys from the 233 West location, Richard Buxbaum, the former president of AMG North America, some of his employees like Terry, and others were at the event, so it was nice to meet everybody. Now today we're going to be doing some photo shoots in the morning, some rolling shots, and then we have a dinner in the evening, and then I'll catch you guys up with the photo shoot and probably some more footage of the cars at the Fuel Fed event tomorrow in Winnetka. We are tanking the CE up and hitting the road. Car's looking fresh. Ed's looking tired, eating a glizzy.
What's that?
Got some donuts here, courtesy of Richard Buxbaum, and some coffee.
Kids rolled it out, $14 from Boston.
Yeah, that's good.
It's a 6-liter car.
Yeah. Bill's car, and what's the gentleman that has a 6-liter? Aaron. So Aaron's over there with his hammer. Guys from Jeremy's crew are shooting. Drone somewhere up there. Blue over red SCL period Pirellis. They just dropped these. You can buy them now, which are really cool. We got a 6.0 SCL. This thing is up for grabs. Recaro Classics. I could use these in my city. 113,000 miles. Pretty original. Drove it all the way from Massachusetts. Almost said Massachusetts. Sean's CE here. Nice Recaros, super clean. Jeremy putting in the work here. Did you get your shots?
I think so.
Good.
Got something.
Widebody SEC. Richard admiring his own car here.
Good morning.
Morning.
At least you have the appropriate wear.
Yeah, we got air conditioning over here if you want to
That's
stay
the air
in here.
conditioning?
There's a nice breeze coming through. In the sun.
Should we pay extra for these seats?
Yes, it's really nice over here.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. Well, 10 degrees, 15 degrees
It's
cooler.
unbelievable. Jeez. They charge like
This, you know, this is a common thread.
Those are top notch.
What is?
The
Oh
pastries.
yeah, of course. What do you think?
Great. Not too often you see two AMG CEs white on white. Downtown Chicago. Lakeside. Shot doing a video with the guy that did all the audio. Jeremy's guiding all the cars for the group photo.
Yeah.
Making history here with this shot.
Yeah, that looks cool.
Jeremy's making history with this shot. Right?
Let's see. I wonder if you can see this.
Put a piece of the seat and match it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like that. Come to my brother about shaker. He
I see sometimes. I'm like, why did they do that to their car? Like this section looks brand new. This section looks original. Yeah, it's a real art form. It's
It
an
is.
art form.
That guy is really good. And he's great.
That's awesome. It's still got the chrome.
Exactly.
Yeah, Andrew said that Me neither. I got right off the plane.
Is this going us?
What did he have to do to it? Did he just like service it?
Yeah, just a full service.
Yeah.
Deleted the SLS and all that stuff.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so it had AMG springs and shocks and all that stuff, and the SLS was great, but it was tired, and so I kept all that stuff. But what is on it now is full custom.
Quite a few very monster ones. Yeah, holding up nicely.
40 years.
He said Banche would cater the events, but he never really went to the restaurant much.
You're not related.
No, he owned the restaurant here.
Correct.
No, I just
famous French restaurant.
Mats are still there.
Excellent.
Printed
Level, as far as for there was some tested or something. It's also like traffic said we had an issue at some point up here. This is
You guys want
Saturday.
to split up and do?
We've only got the one camera car.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hartmut and shot.
Anyway, in here are all the Nakamichi amps are still. It's like a time capsule.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So I was interested, what's happening under these compartments
Well,
here?
those
grills aren't original, right?
No, because those were just like glove boxes. In
Yeah, the little
one
first aid
of them
kit
held
stuff.
the first aid
Yep.
kit. Right.
So did you put that in, or has that been added after?
I did it, but what's there is not what I did.
Sure. Okay.
But that's where the speakers were originally.
Yep.
And the big problem with the AMG cars was how do you get subwoofers in with the gas tank right below the deck?
Yes.
Yep.
So that was always my thing. Is somebody didn't need their whole trunk, I would go in about 12 inches into the trunk
Build it in front.
and build something,
beauty
and I'd
panel.
snorkel it up onto there. And I'd cut all the metal out back there.
That's what my car has on the rear parcel
Yeah.
shelf. So it had all been ripped out, but in the middle there's a big hole cut right there.
I didn't do that. So.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
Everything I did was something that was attractive. But I did that on an SEC.
This was just in the metal of the parcel tray.
Okay.
The actual parcel shelf had been removed.
Okay.
So I don't, actually no, yeah, I didn't even have that.
Because what I would do if I did that, I would have a piece of 3/4 inch particle board
I think I know what you're
cut
gonna
out
say.
to fit around there, and then I beveled the edges, and then I stretched grill cloth over the whole thing.
So there's a cut in the metal, and then the actual parcel tray, which I do actually have, I've taken it out now, but that's trimmed all the way around the outer perimeter.
Then that might have been something I did. Yeah.
Crazy. So I was thinking, I wonder if, because obviously the components had been ripped out, and whatever wood piece had been set in, do you think there would have been speakers or a subwoofer mounted in that?
Well, the subwoofer, if you look underneath there, there's not enough room to have a subwoofer with the gas tank in
Yeah.
that location. So that was the biggest problem that we had, and that's why we would build a box like this
Yep.
and shoot the subwoofer.
And shoot it up in through that hole.
But that's where the factory pieces were.
Yep.
Colin's got pictures of some of my rear parcel shelf
no way.
and door panels. I had fiberglass door panels that would take out the mat pocket.
The whole pocket.
And go all the way up where I would put my tweeters, those little perforated things on the doors.
Yep.
This would replace that whole panel.
Nice.
And I could put 6.5 inch mid-woofers in with huge magnets, and they would all
Yep.
fit.
Yeah.
Nice.
So yeah,
wicked.
and then I would use the same connectors that you'd see on home speakers, where the little cup and then the grill had little studs that went
Oh
in.
yeah, they pop in. Yep.
And I have some pictures of those that Colin has.
You know, he was the reason that Alpine switched their colors from green, partially.
Well, no, the
Partially.
buying public,
Right.
because I took my 88 M3, E30 M3, and I said, you know, it's a green radio, that's what Alpine was known for, and my whole dashboard lights up in orange. So we meticulously
You went in
removed
and-
every one of the LEDs.
Yeah.
What I didn't tell Alpine was they supplied me with all the orange LEDs.
Yeah.
Because they were all different shapes and sizes.
Yeah.
And I talked to one of my friends at Alpine who was helping me out on a lot of Alpine projects that I did.
Yeah.
And he goes, yeah, you'll get a little gift package in the mail. And it was all the LEDs. But if I
That's awesome.
rolled over on him, then he could have gotten in trouble. Because what happened is, big article in Car Review, with pictures of the car, one of them is the dashboard lit up with the orange.
The orange. Yes.
Even,
and they're like, where did
even
this,
the
how did this happen?
LCD display was orange,
Yeah.
sent to me by Alpine. And so I put that in there, and all these people are going, I want to order that, I want to order that. And Alpine's marketing department called me up and they said, you know, I don't know what you
You've
did.
created a little bit of a
Yeah.
mess for
Conundrum.
us. Yeah.
And within 2 years, or no, probably at the end of that year, they started to introduce their high-end pieces where you could switch from orange to green. And within 2 years after that, you could pick out the rainbow, and everything would change over.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow, that's fascinating. Yeah, I've
And I've
sort
got
of-
a crazy sound system in my current Mustang.
we're gonna go do some rolling shots with Jeremy's crew, so I'll check back in with you guys at the dinner, possibly, if not tomorrow at the car show. So what do you think, guys? Do we have the shot spot set up? He's checking the coordinates on GPS to make sure they're all accurate.
Sitting outside.
Oh,
So
yeah.
you can see it's all in the crevices and everything.
So where is the dust from?
St. George, Utah. If you look deep, you can see like all in there and stuff. I've got to get it. It needs more cleaning.
It'll probably take years to get all of it out.
I can get it iced.
Yeah.
You know, because you can see all in there.
Oh yeah.
If you blast it with ice, I've
had
gotten good enough with the guy that I've trained him on, like, this is how we, like, what to hit and what to look at.
Yeah.
One of the cars I had the same shit. It was all dried up, caked up.
But it's one of those of, like, the more you look at it, like, all this gasket would have to come off and get the, but, you know, just get it running one step.
Yeah, I think the dry ice blasting will do the trick.
Well, you got to be careful with it, because
Yeah.
sometimes when it hits the aluminum, it can leave a weird finish.
Right.
So you've got to be careful with what you're hitting, be very selective with it.
Yeah.
So that's a very that takes some time to work with the right guy to say, hey, let's do this properly.
Yeah.
Right.
Not just like a broad brush, hit
Exactly.
everything. Yeah.
But you can
So
see some
sick.
other interesting stuff here. So you can see the red overspray that was there
Uh-huh.
in places during building.
Yeah, AMG was famous for that.
What I saw in here was still some of the original masking tape with the red paint on it. So,
Oh no shit.
yeah, little things like that.
Damn, your sills are fucking mint though.
Yeah, it's got 6,000
6,000 miles.
Oh yeah, fuck! I didn't even check it
There's,
down.
6,000 miles.
I have the foil on one of my sills still.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
But you'll see other little things, like there's a drip that you can find like down here or something like that.
yeah.
And we opted, when we were doing a little bit of spot sanding on a spot, we opted to leave that because it's showing this is how the cars were built. So
Yeah.
my goal with this is to clean it and preserve it very carefully, to use it as a reference cars when other people are doing restorations, to go, this is a late example,
Yep.
this is an early example, this is a mid-production example, so as it evolved during the time, to see, like, this is where the overspray was, where, you know, when people make things, that it doesn't get too,
Oh,
like
nice
things-
Keith color on that.
Oh yeah.
Those are sick.
He's all like just kind of looking around and seeing where the overspray and when they painted things. And
Oh yeah, you could see
see a
that.
little bit there.
If you look at my car, it's
places.
the same exact overspray.
Exactly.
signs.
And then when you have them together, seeing all that.
Yeah.
Also, we found out that this is a real Westmont part too. So this was the
Oh,
battery
wow.
cover.
I've
This
never
one's
seen
super
that.
late now,
Cool.
where they actually put a cover on there so it doesn't touch against the battery.
Yeah, makes sense.
And the battery, of course. So this little detail they showed to show how these cars were designed to be used and driven.
Oh
So,
yeah.
Other fun things like that.
That's what's sick.
Here. You see, it's still got the toolkit, still got everything.
Yeah.
Like all the seam sealer and everything's just,
That's crazy. It's so low mileage.
it's just a reference great car. You can see all the factory marks in there and everything. It's just
a reference grade car. Also, it's amazing to see how much they really cut this in.
Yeah.
In there.
Oh yeah.
Really molded it nicely.
Yeah. And they did the edge binding too, not just a standard piece of carpet to match this piece here,
Yep.
which is cool.
That looks OEM right there.
But yeah, the other thing that's going to make this car challenging is when we were having a little bit of spot work done, just I think the tow hook cover and the hood star were missing. So we were discussing respraying this, the trim. And I was like, no, leave it, show the age, and showcase it properly.
Yeah.
So that's the other thing too. The other nice thing is if you look, you can see how the trunk does actually spring up. The normal cars didn't get that. Little example.
My trunk would just fall straight down.
Yeah.
Smash your hand.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
You can open it up a stage higher.
Yeah, that's the
Break
best.
your
dude.
hand.
Yeah, this is like new. I like the precautionary fire extinguisher and must
Oh yeah,
have.
the Halon.
Oh, yeah. Tom from Renntech brought some really iconic photography of when he worked on the blue Hammer wagon, the one of one, the only one in existence. He's showing Jono the images and him and Terry and all the other guys that were working on it at the time. So it's bringing back a lot of memories. You saw his reaction to when it first pulled up. He was just in shock and in awe. And he said towards the end here, excuse his language, but he nearly soiled his pants. Gonna be catching some food hopefully, and hearing some crazy AMG stories. I don't know if we'll be able to record in there, but secretly maybe.
Hey guys, camera car's gonna get a quick shot. I just need to stand behind.
Camera, film crew rolling through. Ed, what do you think of this? Is it past your test of authenticity?
Yes.
Good.
The minute you see the double overhead cam, you know that it means business.
That's right. This
I mean, look at that, dude. Get the AMG. You see the little AMG in there?
You notice that every single one is
different.
a little different.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on.
You notice this bracket right away?
Yeah, you got transferred over from this side because it was a diesel.
Because this is for the rear hydraulic SLS.
Yeah,
diesel to start
it was a
with, right?
diesel.
It's so tight.
There it is.
It's so tight, and the engine feels so happy. It's like it's on a rubber band, dude.
Aside from your pre-merger, was this the only other pre-merger you've driven?
I've driven your 190E wide body. I think I drove that.
Yeah, in the black one, yeah.
Black one.
You
Didn't
get off
drive
here,
your SL.
get off here.
I didn't drive your SL. Yeah, I think so, dude. I think this is it. And, like I said, it reminds me of the 250. Straight six, coupe, with, like, very happy revs.
What kind of a driving experience would you call this one, in comparison to the V8?
I think it's exactly why they sell the E-Class and the S-Class. In an E-Class straight six is the tight, responsive, more nimble, like, package, and the S-Class is the GT car. It gives me like a little bit of my C43 memory, but in an older package with the same feeling as a 60s straight six. It's like I'm playing the same game, but it's 20 years later, you know? It's all the things that you're familiar with, but in a more modern package. But it also gives you some hints as to like what the W202 is going to be. Yeah. Particularly from a size standpoint. Like, this kind of feels like a C-Class size.
Yeah, lots of legroom. Cabin feels spacious because of the design. It's not crammed. It's awesome.
Tight, dude, tight.
It is the next day after the AMG event, and what a great event it was. What an iconic moment. Probably a historical moment for pre-mergers. Not sure if you'll be able to gather that many pre-merger cars in one spot, and particularly that many hammers. So it was definitely one for the books. I'm really glad I was able to be a part of it. I think the best part of the event was getting to drive these cars on the road in a big group. I don't think it's been done with this many hammers and pre-mergers all at once, so it was a really special experience. Shout out to all the guys that brought their cars out and made this happen. Some people shipping them from other states. Got to enjoy the cars, got to meet new people, got to share the joy of pre-mergers and geek out about that stuff. So I hope you guys enjoyed it as much as I did. And a huge shout out to Richard Buxbaum for doing this event as well. If it wasn't for him, I don't think this would have been as big as it was. With all of his contacts and connections, we were able to get a lot of the old guys that worked for AMG Westmont. We had Hartmut from Renntech come out with Tom. We had a bunch of former AMG Westmont employees like Terry. So a big shout out to Colin from 233 West for organizing this event. Shout out to all the sponsors, Motive Archive, Jeremy, Cliff for shooting all the amazing footage that I'm sure we'll be seeing in the coming days. Shout out to RM Sotheby's, Fuel Fed. Brian from Fuel Fed helped Colin a lot with organizing the event. the last detail, Blue Ridge, Mercedes, Renntech, the MB Market, Cord Construction, and Keeley Construction. An epic day, one for the books. Jono letting Sharif rip the hammer was probably a very exciting experience for him. He just wanted to sit in the passenger side, but he got to enjoy and experience this car. So that was epic. Hopefully we'll be able to do this again. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and make sure to smash the like button, subscribe if you haven't, and I will catch you on the next one.